This video is presented by the EA Creator Network. Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far, and thank you so much for joining me here today for this very special video, and thank you once again to the EA Creator Network for giving me a copy of The Sims 4 for rent to be able to showcase this build and any future builds. So I hope you're all doing really well. I know I missed last week's upload. I did post on my community tab why that was. I've had a lot of projects on the go, which has been really exciting and just completely overwhelming, but in the best way possible. So that's why I've missed the last upload. But we are back, we are in full swing, and we are building in the beautiful, stunning, amazing world of Tomarang, and we are building I don't know if this would be classed as like an apartment building, a small apartment building, or whether this would be classed as a duplex. Now, the reason I say this is because we've got one apartment on the ground floor, and then on the middle and then the upper floor, there's another apartment, but split over both floors. So it's like an apartment, but it's a 2-floor apartment. I'm sure that makes complete sense, but I'm not the best person at explaining things. But yes, I don't know what this would be classed as, genuinely, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm even going to call this build when I upload it. Please someone tell me if this is a duplex or if this is an apartment building. But yes, anyway, I hope you're all doing so well. I'm really excited to be able to share this build with you because I've spent the last few hours building this, and I've just been so excited to share this with you. Usually I'd like leave it a night or two, but the excitement's here. The excitement is definitely here for this pack. I know that I think a lot of people are super excited for this, given that we can actually have multiple families living on one lot. Now, I just think it opens up so many possibilities, and yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm hoping that this build is somewhat useful for you. It's kind of like me testing the waters with the style of the pack, trying to get used to the build and buy items, because I have a huge plan. Okay, and when I say huge plan, I mean I have a huge build that I would like to try and undertake. Now, I think I've already got a plan in my head for this. What I'm going to try and do is build like the bare bones of the property, should we call it properties, off camera, and then on camera throughout various videos we can decorate each of the apartment units, and I just think that might be kind of fun. And if everything goes to plan, which it's me, so sometimes this just doesn't happen, those videos should start rolling out this weekend. Fingers crossed, those videos should start rolling out this weekend. I don't want to miss another weekend upload. Although now that I'm saying it, it's probably going to happen, so I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. But yes, that is the plan. Huge build, huge undertaking. I also have other ideas for builds that I'm going to be able to do with this pack. I'm going to be doing like base game and for rent only, so like my pack restricted builds, because when a new pack is released, I tend to, not for my first build, but for the second or third build, I'll do base game and then that pack only, because I like to make my builds as accessible to as many people as possible, and I think it's a super fun challenge for myself as well to try and restrict. Sometimes it's super fun to restrict the items, because sometimes it can get kind of boring having all the items at your disposal, and it's like I feel like you make the same choices and the same decisions over and over and over again. So I think it just allows you to sort of step outside of your comfort zone a little bit and test yourself. But yeah, completely rambling throughout the entire thing here. Anyway, can we just talk for a second about this world? Now, I know you can't see the entire world. I'm completely aware of that. But this lot, something spoke to me when I loaded up this game for the first time, and I was like, okay, so first of all, it was a vacant lot. Second of all, it looked to be a good size. Now, for me, just looking at this, because I'm not entirely sure, I would personally say this is either a 30 by 30 or a 30 by 20, but looking at it, it seems to be more square. So I would say this is a 30 by 30 lot, which is always it's just like the perfect size. It really is. And it allowed me to do some landscaping and just really spread the build out and try and sort of mix it in to try and blend it in with the world. And I think it looks really good. I think it's a really fun build is this. We played around with a lot of colors. As you can see, there's a lot of detailing on the outside where it looks kind of run down. If you do end up getting this pack, can I just say that the level of detail in the build and buy items is just chef's kiss. Absolutely stunning. I feel like I said the same thing with Horse Ranch and Growing Together and the last few packs. Genuinely, straight up, I'm so impressed with the build and buy, and yeah, absolutely love it. I just hope the game, because I haven't actually looked at the gameplay myself, I hope the gameplay matches that. I really do, because I think the concept of the pack is fantastic. Genuinely, I really do think it's fantastic. So I really hope, if anyone's played with it, please let me know, because I haven't actually explored any gameplay myself yet. But yes, please let me know what it's like if you've already tried it. Anyway, the debug in this pack is stunning. Absolutely stunning. I've noticed that this is not unusual. I'm just throwing in my 2 cents here. And I've noticed a few of the debug landscaping items. We have some from Jungle Adventure and also some from Island Living. And whilst that's not surprising, it doesn't upset me, because the thing of it is it's debug, okay? But I would prefer them not to recycle items at all, even if it is debug. I understand why they do it, 100% understand why they do it. My throat just gargled way down the microphone then. I'm not editing it out. I'm sorry if you heard that. If you have your headphones in, you might have heard that. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I was talking about debug trees, wasn't I? Yes. Okay, I'm not going to go on a rant about it, because I think we're all aware that debug items are recycled in packs. But with that being said, I do genuinely love the trees that also came with this pack that were brand new. Absolutely gorgeous. We have hopscotch for kids. Love that. I played hopscotch a lot when I was younger, so that was really nice to see. There's this umbrella here, the plastic chairs. I don't think these are from debug, by the way. I'm just sort of saying what I see on the screen. But yeah, the debug is beautiful. There's only a few items that have been recycled, and that's the last I'm going to say on it. But yeah, the exteriors come together really nicely. I was trying to think what else I could put out here, because I definitely wanted it to be kind of like a communal space. If you have 2 families in here that perhaps know each other, or 2 families in here that don't know each other, that you'd like to get to know one another, it was important for me to sort of add some activities out here that your Sims could use together to sort of bond and create that relationship. So I thought that was a nice idea. I know for my previous speed build, when I built an apartment unit or apartment block in Mount Komorebi, I built like a playground outside for the kids, and there was a few people that said that they really liked that idea. So whilst there isn't a playground on this lot, because it's a little bit too small, and also the build just didn't feel like it needed a playground, at least for me personally. If you would like to add one, then please feel free. We've spoken about this before, guys. If you download my builds, please feel free to make whatever amendments you feel you should. But yeah, just didn't feel appropriate for me, nor did I have the space. So now we have moved on to the interior here. So I don't know if I've mentioned this, but we only decorate the ground floor apartment in this video. If you would be interested to see me decorate the upper floor, I'd be more than happy to do that. Absolutely fine, not a problem at all. But I sort of left that, I half decorated it. So I did like the kitchen, I did the floor plan, and I did I do the bathroom? I didn't, but I will do it. I will complete it before I upload it to the gallery. Don't you worry. So yeah, it's partially finished, and that just means that you can put your own stamp on it if you would like, because you might want to test out some of these build buy items yourself and make any changes you would like here. So yes, the kitchen, dining and living space is all open plan, which I felt was appropriate given the fact that this is probably more of like a small apartment unit. I'm really torn as to whether this is an apartment unit or whether this is a duplex. I'm genuinely torn, because I feel like it could maybe be classed as both. But yeah, I don't know at this stage. I just don't know. Anyway, the buy items in this pack they're stunning. I wasn't expecting anything less, really. As I was saying earlier, the team are really hitting it out of the park with the detailing on the items lately, or at least that's what I think. You'll have to let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments down below. But yeah, I really like the items in this pack. There's so many items that you can definitely use in other builds. They're very versatile. The swatches are super colourful, and just they have like this sort of exotic sort of feel to them, which is really nice because again, it's kind of nice to build something slightly out of your comfort zone just to see if first of all, if you can do it, because I wasn't convinced with this being my second attempt at building something in this new world. I just wasn't convinced after the first attempt that I could even do it. So yeah, it just brings you out of your shell a little bit more, and it definitely sort of nothing has to force me to play with colour, because I do feel like I play with colour quite a bit, and that's not like me blowing my own trumpet, tooting my own horn, whatever you want to call it. I just genuinely love playing with colour in The Sims. It's definitely something that I tend to do probably more often than not. There's every now and again I'll create quite like a beige build, and then I'll look at it and I'll be like, that doesn't really feel or look like one of my builds because there's just no colour anywhere, and then I'll find a way to like introduce a pop of colour to the outside or even the inside. But yeah, I feel like these items, because they're so vibrant, you do gravitate towards them a little bit more, and that's such a good thing. Playing around with colour in builds is just so fun. Anyway, so I feel like I'm completely rambling through the interior of this, but I love how this came out. I think the size of this build is so perfect. It's super cozy, and it seems quite realistic to me as well, which I just love. I'm really impressed with this. Yeah, I'm just really impressed with it. I hope you guys really like this. I hope that, I always say this, I always say the same thing in my voiceovers, but if you guys play in this and you have a family that you move in here, like, thank you so much, genuinely, because when I build these things, it's really strange because I love sharing my creations, but never for a second do I think, oh, people actually download my stuff and play in them. Like, I know people do, but like, that's just so surreal to me. I'm like, really? Like, you download my stuff and play in it? Like, it's a warm fuzzy feeling. It's such a warm fuzzy feeling. So yeah, this is the entry to the apartment. It's actually rather big when you look at probably the size of the rest of the rooms. The bathroom is really big, and the really funny thing about this as well, you have to walk through the bathroom to get to the bedroom. I just thought, typically I would not do that. However, because the build was, again, I'm going to use the word quirky, I just felt like I could be a little bit cheekier with things like that. Like, I wouldn't necessarily do that in a normal build, but I felt like with this, it just seemed so appropriate, because I was like, I personally wouldn't really mind it if this was my apartment and you had to walk through the bathroom to get to the bedroom. Not a big deal at all, but I just felt like it just added that little bit of something special and something a little bit unusual as well. Anyway, this is the bathroom, such a decent size. These tiles, I'm gonna say it now, I know that these are gonna end up being my favorite tiles. They're so nice, and all of the color swatches are so different. Like, they've got different patterns and different colors, and there wasn't one that I didn't like, genuinely. And then we move on to the one and only bedroom, which I used pretty much, I think most of the items are from the For Rent pack, but there might be the odd item here and there that isn't. But anyway, I don't know why I'm even mentioning that. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to try and use as many items from this pack as I possibly could, which, you know, makes sense. New pack, I just try and use as many items as I can from the pack, just so I can try and like see how they work and how they intermingle with one another. But yes, anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. If you would like to download this, I'm going to call it a property because I'm still not convinced it's a duplex or an apartment. Anyway, if you'd like to download it from the gallery, my origin ID is RachelPedd. It will be available from the 7th of December. So if you try and go before then, it will not be available. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description box just down below. You can get them for free from Sim File Share. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait to read all your amazing comments. Thank you so much once again to the EA Creator Network for the code. You all take care, and I will see you again next time I post a video. Bye!